Hopefully, we're having a nice morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is. I hope you're doing well. This is Mongo Thinks. Let me just say thanks for tuning in, whether you're doing it live or doing it after hours. Hopefully, you're having a good whatever time of the day it is. Let me just turn down the music there a bit. Let me open up a tab here. Get a listen in on our acoustics. Last time I was streaming, I was having a lot of issues just with the little arm for my microphone. But let's just take a look. Let's scope it out. This is Good Times with Mongo. Previously, most of these streams were called Good Mornings, Good nights, good afternoons. There's a lot of that, and it's a little tedious actually, because I had to make 3 different kinds of thumbnails. But the other day I was thinking, I might as well just make one, just change the name in general. And Good Times with Mongo Thinks just seemed a lot simpler, a lot simpler. Okay, let me see here. Let me pop this into that. Oh, look, I got a like. Someone liked the stream. That's nice of them. I will add my own like to my own stream, because why not? Alrighty, let me just get situated here. Yonder. There is something, there's like a connection somewhere on my speakers for the computer that are either a little loose or just a little wonky, because every now and then I hear a little bit of static. You know that static, that just a little bit. So I'll have to take a look at that. Oh, probably when I'm done, if I remember to do that. But a lot of news, a lot of cool news since last we chatted, guys. We'll start with probably the oldest news. This came out July 11th, so that was, yeah, it was last week. And this is concerning a character that is near and dear to my heart, Godzilla. So let me just pop open this thing here. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. There we go. There we go. So new Godzilla film from Toho called Godzilla Minus One. Written and directed by Takashi Yamazaki. It's going to be coming out December 1st in the US and November 3rd in Japan. And that's going to be happening this year. Now, we all kind of knew that Toho was going to make a Godzilla movie and that it was going to come out in 2023, but we were kind of all just waiting. All us Godzilla fans, we were waiting to get any information, and then we got a bunch of info. Not only did we get info on like the name of the movie and the release date, but we also got a pretty sweet teaser trailer. I'm not gonna show it on my stream because Toho would almost instantly block my stream, this stream archive. If I showed any of their actual footage, movie footage, even the trailer. So we're going to avoid that for now. But we also got some pretty awesome renders of Godzilla. So here's 2 comparisons here. The photo on the right side is the design for Godzilla minus one. And then the picture on the left side is from a recent, a semi recent um, Godzilla ride attraction that was in Japan. So let's just kind of compare here. Here we have the ride goji, as we call it. Very nice little setup there. And then we'll take a look at the design that will be in the movie Godzilla minus one. And that looks beautiful. Look at that. Oof. Gruesome. Yo, we got a very cool guy down there in the chat. We have It's a Trap Productions. What's up? I am doing good. Just relaxing, trying to stay cool in this summer heat. Really just kind of going through some old news since last I streamed. Hopefully you're doing good. Let's see. Oh, let me put this up. I never do this very often, but let's have that little banner down at the bottom. It's a chill stream. Let's keep it chill. Yeah. I got some other ones, but shoot, it's been a while. And we also got the Rookie Critic. Yeah, summer heat and Godzilla news heating up. Yes. It's a very fun time. You'll see a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's the kaiju renaissance." It's a good time to be a monster fan. You know, I'd like to think that the kaiju renaissance started way back in 2013 with Pacific Rim. It was a very slow start, I would say. Pacific Rim, then you had Godzilla 2014, and then just kind of continuing from there. But there's so much Godzilla and giant monster content in general right now that it really is a fun time to be a fan of giant monsters. Let's not forget, we also have Gamera coming out soon. That Gamera show on Netflix is going to be out eventually. I can't remember when exactly off the top of my head. But yeah. Oh, good. Nice. But yeah, I gotta say, there's a lot of really cool stuff. We're just kind of hopping through some of my bookmarks here. And here's a nice little look at close up of Godzilla's face in the new Godzilla minus show or movie. It's just really cool. I'm really interested. I made a little YouTube short back when we got this, like the initial teaser trailer reveal. But it's really cool. So basically, the general gist of it, as I understand it, is the year is like, it's like just after World War II. So this is a post-war Japan. They're still rebuilding. They're still recovering from World War II. And then all of a sudden, Godzilla pops out of the ocean and starts wreaking some havoc. So it's going to be an interesting thing. It's going to be a bit more of an older setting for Godzilla. You know, bear in mind in the Godzilla movies, typically they take place a decent, you know, like decades after World War II, you know. But with Godzilla minus one, this takes place a lot closer to Japan in its rebuilding stage. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Very excited. Love the design. It's just a very grizzled, very primal looking Godzilla. And hopefully we'll get to see more soon. Here's hoping. Got some neat little things here. A very interesting question posed by official D-Man 1954. Do you think in 1947, if Godzilla appeared in Japan, the United States military would defend the country? Or would they be scared into pulling out, leaving Japan defenseless? I wonder how they will respond in the new movie. This I thought was really cool. I thought it was really thought provoking. Obviously, the U.S. helped, was occupying Japan in the rebuilding process, post war especially. Um, I think there's some really cool potential. Like, in my mind, I would think realistically that U.S. forces would help Japan in this kind of a situation. And I think there's really great potential. You can have um, the hesitancy of wartime biases on both sides. You can have Japanese thinking, "Oh my goodness, we have to work with these Americans who just bombed us, who probably created this monster to try and save our country." And you have Americans thinking, "Why are we even here? Why are we? Why can't we just leave? You know, this isn't our problem now." You know, that kind of thing. I think there's some really great potential for the human drama there. A lot of thought-provoking stuff that I think would be very fun to dive into if we get that opportunity. It's a lot of stuff that is a lot of ifs and ors, you know, a lot of possibilities where we'll have to wait and see. And that's the hardest part, waiting and seeing what they do. But Official D Man, I really enjoy him. I watch his YouTube channel occasionally, but I like seeing his takes here on Twitter. A lot of good stuff. And then, of course, not long after the trailer came out, the teaser trailer, and all the official renders, we got an announcement of a new SH Monster Arts figure, Godzilla 2023. Let's just kind of take a look here. It's going to be priced approximately $107. That's not including shipping and all these other kind of fees and stuff. But this looks cool. I really like the how they do the dorsal plates on this. I didn't mention that earlier. The dorsal plates are looking very, very sharp, which I imagine would be relatively sharp on this small plastic toy too, and possibly brittle too. So that's something to keep in mind. But this is nice. We kind of get a different look. We get a look at some of the proportions, like the feet, the tail. I love this view of the back. Look at those dorsal plates. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Look at that. We got a big shot over here visiting little old me and my channel. We got Theme Park Casual. Yeah, that's very cool. Congratulations on the, correct me if I'm wrong, the chance to monetize. You can monetize your channel, which is freaking awesome, dude. Very happy for you. You've definitely been putting in the work, putting in the hours. It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Just quoting my idol, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, of course. But check out Theme Park Casual. He's got some really cool stuff. I like his Teespring. I really like the Teespring. Gonna have to get around to ordering something off of that fun store website there. Very cool. I really like the patriotic logo. I really like that one. But yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Shoot, that's been a while. years have passed. Let's see. I wonder if we'll get this Godzilla figure in the new U.S. Godzilla store. That's right. That is right. I completely forgot about that. There's going to be gosh, what do you call it? Toho, a Bandai. It's not Bandai. I think it's just in general. Toho's going to have a store in the U.S. Is that going to be on the East Coast? I don't know. I'm talking out my butt now as far as the store, the Godzilla store. But that's really cool. Gosh, you would really hope so, right? You'd really hope so. Because if you didn't get this figure, you kind of want like every kind of offering, right? To for a Godzilla store in the U.S. I would make a pilgrimage. Nah, depending on where it is, I'd make a pilgrimage to the Godzilla store. But yeah, here's hoping. I hope it's a big store. That's what I hope. Oh man, yeah. Memories all alone in the moonlight. Oh, lovely, lovely. But here's some more fun news that's come out more recently. So right now we have San Diego Comic Con heading out in full force. Gotta say, I've never been to Comic Con, at least to San Diego Comic Con, which is funny because I live in San Diego County. I know, right? It's kind of like, oh yeah, never been to San Diego Comic Con. I've walked around the building, Petco Park, the San Diego Convention Center. Walked around those numerous times. Walked in and around those buildings a lot, but never been to San Diego Comic Con. Been to Long Beach Comic Con, which was pretty cool. I like that place. Been to a few other cons. Um, Horror, what was it called? It was Rocket Comic Con, or Rocket Con. Not Rocket Comic Con, just Rocket Con. That was neat. Neat little place. But we had this really cool reveal of a upcoming comic featuring Godzilla and Kong. So this is from Tokyo Lives. My thing just refreshed there. Okay, Tokyo Lives. Tokyo, like a monster podcast. I love being on Twitter because I find all these cool these new things. So I really got to check out the Tokyo Lives cast. But let's just take a look at some of the images here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. We're going to hop on up further. We'll pop back to that in a second. Here we go. There we go. So we have the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. This is going to be written by Brian Buccellato. And art by Christian Duce. This is really cool. We got Godzilla, we got King Kong, we got the Justice League. This is really fun. This is a fun thing. Godzilla has crossed over with superheroes in the past. He had a pretty cool run of Godzilla in the Marvel Universe. This was way back in like the 80s or the 70s, back when Marvel was still a little new, a little fresher, I guess. But this is awesome. We get to see the legendary versions of Godzilla and King Kong with the Justice League. Let me see, what else do I got? Let's see, un second, one moment. Let me just take a look here on my other tab just to kind of see what else we got. Okay, yeah, I got some more. We'll pop up to these ones here because these are some more pictures, some more screenshots. Yeah, here we go. I love this one. I like this one. Godzilla kind of looks a little but Kong looks good there. The cyborg. Now, let's see here. We got another picture here. Godzilla, King Kong. King Kong looking pretty cool. We got the Green Lanterns doing helicopters against King Kong, that's funny. I found that very entertaining. Cannot wait for this comic. Let me just say that previous picture of like the panel, not the panel, but let's see, this picture right here. I would love a poster of this, like a big poster of that. I would hang that on my wall. I'd love that so much. That would be so good. Let's see. We got some other cool things. This is supposedly a shot, a panel, a page from the comic book. We got Clark Kent, Lois Lane. They're having a nice little evening dinner. Maybe Clark's about to propose. You see him down on one knee or something. I don't know. Maybe he's just walking up, and then there's some shaking. The dun, 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 and then the water's getting all ripply, and then Godzilla. It'll be fun. Be fun to see what happens. Let's see. There was some other shots, some other panel pictures where there was a Gorilla Grodd. Supposedly there was Titano, big giant kryptonite powered ape. So there's some really cool potential with Godzilla and Kong in the DC universe, just in this crossover. You can have Godzilla fighting Titano. You have Kong fighting Titano. You can have Gorilla Grodd trying to control Kong's mind. You can have, there's some other cool giant monsters in DC. There's Chemo, big giant chemical monster. Man, it's just so many cool things that we could see with this crossover. This is specifically the MonsterVerse Godzilla and King Kong. But this is, as far as I know, this is DC, like in general. This isn't limited to like Zack Snyder DC or some other, like the DC movies. This is like DC. So there's a lot of cool things we could see. And here's hoping we get to see more of this. So this is going to be a 7-issue series coming out this October. So it's very fun, very exciting news. Speaking of news, we're still kind of waiting for more news on Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get any reveals about this movie during Comic-Con because they weren't able to get enough, I think partially due to the current writer's strike. Don't quote me on that, but we weren't able to get any new info on that during Comic-Con. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. We know that that's not going to be happening this year. Hopefully it's still going to be happening March of next year, I believe. But we'll see. That's the hardest thing, waiting and seeing. Speaking of Kong, we got a reveal for a new Kong video game. So this is Skull Island Rise of Kong. This is the cover of the game on PS5, and it's same on PS4. I don't know why I'm going through all these different things. It shows that it'll be some of the major platforms it'll be on. PS5, PS4, Xbox One. Yeah, Xbox One. And even on Nintendo Switch. And when I first saw this, I was thinking, whoa, okay. All right. Let's take a look at this. Apparently, this is based more on Joe DeVito's work on the King Kong books. I really got to get around to reading those, personally. But let's just kind of, let me see, there was more. Let me pop open my thing here. So I remember seeing this early yesterday morning. And I was thinking, whoa, what? We don't have too many King Kong games. There was Peter Jackson's King Kong, which was a bit of a hybrid. There was some first-person shooter elements to it, or sections. And then there was also the third-person King Kong fighting sections. Really cool game. Very frightening game to me back when I played that. Because, oh, man. Just giant bugs. Hate giant bugs. Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, they do really have really good art in those. As I understand this Kong, I mean, based off of what I was seeing in the trailer for this game, it's a bit of a prequel to, obviously the main King Kong story of meeting Ann Darrow and Jack Denham. Let me pull up a let me pull up a trailer of that because I'm pretty sure I won't get any kind of issues showing the trailer for this one. This is not made by Toho. Let me see. Rise of Kong. Yeah, Rise of Kong. Skull Island, Rise of Kong. Okay, here we go. Let me just pop this over to this tab here. Bada bing, bada boom. And I believe we got this. So let's just kind of take a look. Rated T for fantasy violence. There we go. Alrighty. So that's the trailer for Skull Island Rise of Kong coming out this year, fall 2023. I missed that. A lot of critique. It's a kid's game. That's what I would say. It really kind of reminds me of, what was that one, wrestling game that came out? Oh, recently. It was like almost like Fortnite, but it was wrestling. Oh, what was the name of that wrestling game? Like Fortnite. I think it was made by Epic too. Rumbleverse. It just reminds me of Rumbleverse a lot. Let me see. Let me just pull up a few pictures of Rumbleverse because that's what this game reminds me of. You're kind of running around in the third person doing some punchies, stuff like that. It's probably going to be relatively basic controls. You pull up a good image. Yes, Rumbleverse. There we go. Oh, that's not an image. I just want the picture. Open a new tab. It just opens up the Wikipedia. Don't you hate that? You see you see an image in Google, you open it up, and then it just opens up to a whole new thing. Okay, open a link. Rumbleverse. This is just a whole article, but this is what it reminds me of. Reminds me of Rumbleverse. And that's, I don't mean to come off as like I'm ragging on this thing, but I would say that my expectations were definitely tempered when I saw the trailer for this game. Um, could it be good? Yeah, sure. I think it'll be serviceable. I'm interested in seeing what the prize point is. What are they going to ask for this game? Some of it kind of looks a little rough around the edges. Some people are saying, "Oh, this is going to be the new Gollum. It's going to be the new Gollum game of 2023." I don't think it's going to be as bad as Gollum, but there's a little bit of jankiness. This part really catches my eye. Watch this little transition from climbing to the top of the thing. Just here. Well, let's play it back slow. Play it back at 0.5. This is fun. I get to use this button. This little thing here. see. I don't know why that just looked a little strange to me. Um, some of the animations are basic, but I think it's probably going to be a serviceable game for whoever ends up buying it. Nice little 3D brawler game. Here, let me just bring this back here. Okay, that was just a weird cut, I think, that they had on that. But really, I think the biggest thing is just going to be the price. The price point of the game. If it's a $20 game or a $15 game, then yeah, I wouldn't mind buying it, to be honest. I was talking about this at a few different places the other day, just through the comment section. But, oh, here, let me cancel that. We don't need to be seeing Asmongold on my stream. So we'll see how that goes. Could it be good? Yeah, could be good. I think it'll be about as good as Rumbleverse, if you're familiar with that game. There was some neat little things with that game. There's probably going to be some neat little things with this game. It's a colorful Skull Island. Yeah, it is. It is surprisingly colorful. You get some feathered dinosaur-like monsters. You got some big worm things. You got some giant crabs. Stuff like that. Shoutouts to Jeremy5, Russia approved, down in the chat. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Speaking of Kong, a lot of Kong kind of news. This was revealed down at San Diego Comic-Con. Hiya Toys. Hiya Toys, just a powerhouse right now with all of their MonsterVerse figures. So they have some prototypes of the Skull Devil. Awesome looking toy right there. Let's see, we got some articulation in the arms. I see an arm, bicep swivel. Yeah, that's nice. Saw some critique on a bendy wire tail, which, you know, putting on my toy critic hat here. You know, I don't think it's a hugely bad thing. Kind of depends on just how much plastic there is surrounding that wire and how strong the wire will be. One of the main issues with bendy wire tails is that there is an eventuality that the bendy wire will break and you just won't be able to do anything with the tail. It's just one of those one of the risks of using bendy wire in a plastic toy. Let's see, shout outs to AFK Bard. Hopefully you're doing good. Let's see what else we got here from Hiya Toys. We have a Kong from Skull Island. Kong Skull Island, so this is cool. They already made a Kong, the bearded Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong. So this is kind of neat. This is younger Kong from the Skull Island movie. He's got a tree in his hand. And it looks good. It just looks good. And this was one of the big things. We have Mutos. Hiya Toys is going to be making Mutos. This is something that SH Figure Arts has not done. This is something that NECA has not done. This is something that really just has not been done outside of premium statue manufacturers. So this was big. A lot of excitement about that. There's going to be obviously a lot of articulation due to the nature of the Muto math of pardon me there, the flip of a tongue. Massive unidentified terrestrial organism, Muto. Let's see. So that's cool. That is awesome. So this is the female version of the Muto. The male version has wings and is smaller. I would assume they're going to be making the male version. That's kind of my assumption. I mean, why wouldn't you make the male version if you made the female version? They've already made Rodan and a Mothra, I believe, so there really isn't a reason why they wouldn't make another winged monster. But yeah, that's really neat. I'm all for that. What else we got here? Here's just kind of a larger picture of their some of their display. They got the Judge Dredd. They got Leatherface. Leatherface? Yeah, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You got some Rambo. Some more Judge Dredd. Got some more Godzilla. There, up there in the left corner, or the right corner, is King Ghidorah, which is gigantic. Look at that wingspan. That is monstrous. Rightfully monstrous. You have their Godzilla's up there. You have a meltdown or burning Godzilla. You have Godzilla there that's doing the iconic atomic ray into the air. That's nice too, actually. They have an atomic ray effect with that Godzilla. Oh yeah, there's Mothra and Rodan. There's some other old of their current figures that are out. So this is really awesome. There's a lot of cool stuff. Let's see. I think that's about it. I kind of covered everything I have bookmarked. Just to kind of recap, we have, last week we had some cool reveals of the new design for Godzilla in the upcoming movie Godzilla Minus One. That'll be coming out in December for the US and November 3rd for Japan. A lot of really cool stuff, a lot of fun things. We obviously have Justice League and Godzilla vs. Kong crossover coming up. Again, I would get a nice big poster of this. Put that right up in my room, because that will be great. Hopefully it does get a wide release in the US. That would really be my hope. I hope it does well in the US too. One of my favorite experiences with Godzilla was back in 2016 with Shin Godzilla. They had select viewing of Shin Godzilla in the US at some theaters, and one of the theaters near me had that showing, and I got to see that around my birthday down in October 2016. And that was such a cool experience. So great. Being able to see a Japanese Godzilla movie in a theater, and obviously it was subtitled, but man, I love that so much. So hopefully we can have these awesome experiences, not only for us, but hopefully for the next generation of Godzilla fans. I say the next generation of Godzilla fans, like it's something grand and awesome, but it is honestly something cool. And let's see, yeah, Shin Godzilla was more of a limited release. Yeah, definitely. I think, yeah, gosh, I wouldn't say that I saw it on Blu-ray until maybe a little later, but man, hopefully, yeah, this is a cool time. You get a lot of variety, not just in movies and in games, but just so many things. A multimedia renaissance for giant monsters. We've moved into huge demographics. There's so many different toy companies making Godzilla and King Kong merchandise. You have Playmates toys. They're still making stuff. They're making a Titan Tech Rodan. I don't have any pictures of that right now, but that's awesome. Kids are gonna love that. You have Haya Toys doing these, higher end, highly detailed toys. You have Super 7 doing their line of Godzilla toys. They had a few reveals of just some of the prototypes for Destroya and Mecha Godzilla, Super Mecha Godzilla, some other stuff like that too. You have obviously Monster Arts. They're still going strong with just kind of their own thing, and obviously they're a little more expensive. But hey, it is what it is. There's so many cool things. We have comics. We have movies, of course. Just very awesome. We have other shows like the Gamera show that's going to be coming out on Netflix. That's going to be awesome. I gotta say, it's just really nice. Really nice. So we're gonna start to close things out with this little stream. But just want to say a big thank you to everybody who tuned in and everybody who may tune in the future. Let's see, we got some really cool people. We got It's a Trap Productions, the Rookie Critic, he popped in. We had Theme Park Casual. We also had Jeremy 5, Russia Approved, AFK Bard. Gotta say, big shout out to you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. No worries, no worries. And yeah, I will see you guys later. And hopefully I will end this stream the right way. Jeremy 5, he knows last time I was streaming, I left the studio instead of ending the broadcast. I had to hop back in. But without further ado, guys, thanks again, and I will see you later. Ending broadcast now.